Huge exciting news to start your afternoon as we know more now about the third stimulus package, Biden's stimulus. Over the weekend, I had a pre-bill draft released to this channel, 30 pages in length that details what's in the third stimulus package bill. We now know the bill is written and that it will be introduced around Thursday. It's going to be about 6,000 pages long. There's 21 incredible provisions that give you $8,000, $1,400 a week, $3,000 for a child as a deduction. Another deduction if you're on hazard pay of $1,200. Money on top of money on top of money. And the shocking development today, nearly a third of the $1.9 trillion is for you if you are a small business operator like Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, or Airbnb. It's incredible great news, and I'm so glad you joined me on Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package, in which we go over Biden's stimulus bill. The bill will likely be introduced around Thursday, and I have the details and more breaking developments this afternoon following Janet Yellen's press meet briefing this morning. If you've not subscribed, please do. Go to the front of this channel, subscribe. Hit that alert button, and also like this video. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. The join link is in the description to this video, in the pinned comment, and also at the top of this video. In this video, I have so much to cover. I'm going to be going over all the 21 incredible items of the third stimulus package that we currently know of, and there's going to be a lot more. As one viewer, Ira, once said on the chat, this is a masterclass on stimulus, this channel. I get you thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. I don't track a $600 stimulus check on this channel, which is lost, of course, from IRS. I get you thousands of dollars under 4, 5, or 6 categories. Money you never heard of before because I go to the detail that you're not going to hear anywhere else. And in this video, I have new detail I didn't even have last night. So let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is really shockingly great. Janet Yellen, who is Joe Biden's cabinet member appointee nomination for Treasury Secretary, appeared before the Banking Committee today. And during the banking hearing conference and discussion by Zoom, she gave us more clarity about the $1.9 trillion Joe Biden third stimulus package. The shocking development was that 30% of the money upwards, nearly $600 billion, will be for you as small business grants and loans. Insane. If you're a member to this channel, you've seen a PDF which I provide to members only. And on that PDF, an item number 13 and 14 is the business grants and business loans of the third stimulus package. I fully admitted that the pre-bill documents, which are about 30 pages long to summarize a 6,000 page bill, had no numbers for business grants, had no numbers for business loans. So when I heard that $600 billion is approximately allocated for you, this is incredible. First, there's business grants for existing operators, Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, anything like that. Anything like that, if you're impacted by the pandemic. And then there'll be insanely huge, wonderfully written business loans to help you start a new business. So if you're watching this channel and you are an Uber Lyft driver, but you also want to start a catering business, you can go do it. Joe Biden's going to give you the money to go do it. This is incredibly great news. Now, if you're a parent with children, or you're an essential worker, or anything like that, I got money for you as well. I'm getting to you right next. Later in the video, I'm going to go back over SSI and SSDI. You're a standalone bill. You're not in the third stimulus package. And then I'll be going over the items that also encompass a lot of other people. Let me turn to people who are essential workers. There's hazard pay. There's 3 parts of hazard pay that will be in his bill. Hazard pay for public works, hazard pay for private sector, and then tax refunds for essential workers. So far, we don't have details on the hazard pay for private sector. We don't know who, how much, when, and how it works. All we know is he definitely will be including retail and will be including grocery because he mentions that. Beyond that, we don't know anything else. We're going to stay with that, and we're going to find that out around Thursday. The hazard pay for public sector, very straightforward. $300 billion will be given to states and counties and cities to pay you as their public sector hazard pay worker. So you don't have to do anything. It'll come up on top of your paycheck. Very easy breezy. So what about this other hazard pay? Well, if you made less than $21,000 2019, Joe Biden will give you a $1,500 tax credit as an essential worker. Very, very great news. So basically, if your tax return has a lot of zeros or negatives because you had too much expenses and you made less than $21,000 2019, you will get a $1,500 tax refund as what's called an expansion of the earned income tax credit for essential workers. Congratulations. I just got you $1,500. Next, let me turn to people with kids. And before I get to the one with kids, let me go over something which I'm seeing as a lot of questions. You filed the tax return already for 2020. You're listening to me and suddenly you're here, oh no, I can get a tax credit for 2020? I already filed my tax return. I fully believe that Joe Biden's prepared for this. So I would expect for Joe Biden to explain how, where, and how he wants you to do an amended tax return to get this money. He doesn't want you to wait till next year to get money. That doesn't make any sense. But he also doesn't want to overwhelm the IRS with 5 trillion amended tax returns. But if you've not filed your tax return yet, and you don't have to, stay with me for a few more days until we hear these details. All right, if you have children, I'm gonna get you so much money. You're just gonna, Let's see. Okay, you have 2 kids, both under age 6, that are staying home from school, and you have to stay home and take care of them. So I'm going to get you $3,600 for the 2 kids. I'm going to get you for the 2 kids. I'm going to get you $8,000. You have childcare costs. I'm going to get you $8,000 for that, $16,000, and then I get you $1,400 a week. So for what is like a month? So I'll get you about like $15,000 right there. Yes. Yeah. Get ready. Let's go. First, if you have a child, there's something called the child tax credit because of the pandemic. How much? Ages 6 or younger, you will get a $3,600 tax credit. $3,600 for a child 6 years or younger. Just because you have it. You don't have to spend anything to get this. Then, if you have a child 17 years or younger, you get $3,000 per child. And I repeat, per child. So if you have 3 children, 14, 15, and 16, you're going to get $9,000 of tax credit on your tax return. Even simpler said, if your tax return is all negatives or zeros by the time in which that tax credit appears on the line of the return, congratulations. You're getting a $9,000 tax return for those $9,000 tax refund because of those 3 kids. And I'm not done yet. Next, also for children, child care tax credit. He will give you 50% of your child care costs up to $4,000 for 1 kid or $8,000 for 2 kids. So those 3 kids I just talked about, let's say you have a lot of childcare costs. Well, you could deduct up to $8,000 for those 3 kids of childcare costs. Lord, so now we're at about $15,000 for those 3 kids. I got more. You want some more, Oliver? More? Yes, I got more. There's more? There's more. John, this sounds like a Kellogg's Frosted Flakes commercial. He wants more? He wants more. The incredible great news is paid sick leave. And you don't have to be paid. You don't have to be sick. Just as kid's school is closed. Guess what? If your kid's school is closed because of the pandemic, and the kid is healthy, and you're healthy, but you got to stay at home, take care of the kid because the school's closed, here's another $1,400 a week for you. Yeah, you heard me right. $1,400 a week, not as a single stimulus check of $1,400. If you want to go somewhere else and just watch and track a $1,400 stimulus check, $600 stimulus check, no, you could do that. But here I'm getting you $1,400 a week. Oh my goodness. So how does this work? Paid sick leave. Also new. This is item number 15 in your PDF as a member of this channel. If you've not subscribed, not become a member, the link is in this video. How does this work? If you made $73,000 or less, you made $73,000 or more last year, you can get $1,400 a week in paid sick leave. If you made less than $73,000, then they give you, $1,300, $1,200. They just give you a little bit less proportionally. Who qualifies for this paid sick leave? 4 groups of people. You just heard the first one. The child stays home because the school is closed. He's healthy. You're healthy. He just has to stay home, and you got to stay home and take care of him because he's a child. Second, you have to quarantine because of the pandemic. Even though if you're healthy, you just have to quarantine because you're exposed to someone. Third, a family member has COVID, so you have to stay home and take care of that family member. Or fourth, you have COVID, you have to stay home. Now, there's so much else in the third stimulus package, but before I get to the incredible other details, let me go over the SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits and Veterans benefits. This will be standalone. It won't be part of the third stimulus package. We were told this in October in the transition papers, and I detailed it in November, December. $200 on top of your existing benefits to December of this year, plus a 20% increase approximately lifetime, and a new benchmark different than COLA. Also, as a standalone bill, $10,000 student loan debt forgiveness. That will come separate. Then the teacher's standalone bill and the schools. And then finally, the standalone bill for job creation. The big money for infrastructure and jobs. So much details. But now let's turn to the remainder of the third stimulus package and what we learned today across the board. First, FBUC will be $400 a week under the third stimulus package bill. It will go forward, not retro, to March to September of this year. Then UI and PUA will extend it to September this year. These are all up for negotiations by congressional leaders, of course. SNAP will be increased for 6 more months, so this is incredible, great news. So if you're on SNAP now for 6 months, the increase will be increased for another 6 months. Under the second stimulus package, the SNAP increase was given a 15% lift for 6 months. And that lift will be continued for an additional 6 months. So you'll be on a 15% increase for SNAP for the entire year of 2021. Meantime, free internet, free childcare, eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance will also be delivered under the third stimulus package. But in the executive orders to be announced this week, you're going to see a triple whammy. Eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt forgiveness as standalone items. So suddenly you see a lot of deliciousness in this third stimulus package that is just absolutely overwhelming. For example, if you have a child, the child will be getting $1,400 as a stimulus check. If you're an adult, you'll be getting $1,400 as a stimulus check. Then if you're staying home because the school is closed for the child, then you're going to get $1,400 a week for that, basically, up to. Then you'll get $3,000 for that child that's staying home from the school as a check's credit. And if you have child care, you're getting an additional $8,000. But it's not all just relief for children. Hazard pay. You're going to see all the details of hazard pay across the board, including that $1,500 hazard pay deduction. So suddenly, there's so much kidding in the third stimulus package proposal. And what's important to understand is that it's going to be very, very different than anything we've seen before. Third stimulus is going to come in and just revamp a lot of details. EIDL has not gone live under the second stimulus package. EIDL on the first stimulus package has not been paid out. But will the third stimulus package grant be EIDL? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Will the business grant under the third stimulus package be EIDL or the business loan or PPP? I don't think so. I think they're going to be all brand new. There's all indications that Joe Biden wants to do things new. Hazard pay may be new. It may not be the $10,000 that Nancy Pelosi wrote in the HEROES Act. It may be entirely different. The eligibility, the criterion. It's important to understand how things are going to unfold this week. It's going to be an information overload. I don't want you to get overloaded by the information, so I want to explain to you where things are coming. First, you're not going to hear anything about SSI and SSDI this week. This is the third stimulus package week and the executive orders week. You're going to hear first, no less, those 24 executive orders. They're going to manifest themselves in a way in which you're going to see some things that impact you, like eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, student loan debt forgiveness, maybe some stuff about unpaid stimulus, but there's going to be a lot of laws, and I'm going to go through each of them one at a time. Then you're going to see the third stimulus package bill, Again, it's not law yet. It's only a bill. The bill is up for negotiations. The Senate is very close in its balance of power. That ultimately Joe Biden understands he has to get both sides of the aisle to agree on what he wants to do. He can't just walk this one in and think it's a done deal. Meantime, there's some opposition on every side of the spectrum, whether it's Republican or Democrat, to different provisions. So don't be surprised if deal items are negotiated. And if you have an opinion, take this video and post it on social media and tag your political leaders. Say hashtag this, hashtag LA, hashtag purple power. But I'll be next after this with Bean and Mitch, a live recording in which I answer your questions and go over more of the breaking developments on the third stimulus package and second stimulus package. Stay informed, stay focused, go to the Friends channel, subscribe, hit that alert button, like this video. And if you've not become a member, click the member link. And I'll see you on the next video in about 2 minutes.